But yeah, I'm still feeling like shit, virtually the same as yesterday. So much to the point to where I didn't even do my hair. I'm actually hiding it right underneath this hoodie right now. It looks stupid, but trust me, I would look even more stupid with it off. I'm gonna show you guys just for a second, okay? Are you ready for the fro? All right, yeah, let's put it back. So that's why the hood is on. I just said, fuck it, today's just not my day. Oh. I just went 30-1 in like, what, a minute and a half? What the fuck? How fast was that game? What the fuck? You guys didn't even really get to see any of that, but all I did was just get like 9 kills, and I called it a Harrier Pavlo, and then just, it's done. The game's over. Holy fuck. So on top of my miserable physical state, outside is also pretty miserable. Raining, and it's supposed to rain all night and all tomorrow, and then like half of the next day or something like that. It's honestly, it's like depressing, you know what I mean? Some people find it relaxing. It is kind of relaxing, you know, to look at the rain and stuff. Some deep emotional shit. It is pretty relaxing, but at the same time, it's kind of depressing because, you know, everything is just kind of gray and blah, and it just doesn't really give you a good feeling. What was happening now with all of this rain, something started happening. Something strange started happening in my backyard. On top of the fact that we're actually going to be cutting down this tree, like, right next to my house. It's this, like, tall-ass tree, but it's really old, and its branches are breaking off more and more and more. Like yesterday, a big branch of it fell down next to our house. And this tree is dead. None of the leaves are growing back or anything like that. It's just a dead tree that's just, like, starting to break down.
Shiv, can I suck your penis?
Dude, I don't even fucking care anymore. Sure. Go ahead. So anyway, yeah, we're getting this tree next to our house chopped down, right? Really big, and it's really dangerous because it's deteriorating and stuff like that. It's just more and more, it's just breaking down year after year. And eventually, it could fall onto our house, like right here, actually. It could kill me as I'm making a video right here. It's similar to a situation that actually happened in my backyard. A long time ago, there was a storm, and there was a tree in our backyard that was old, and it was deteriorating and everything. And eventually, that tree actually did fall down, and it kind of like fell into our yard, half on our house, and crushed our gate. It didn't completely destroy the house or anything like that. The gate pretty much stopped a lot of its force when it fell down. Nonetheless, it fell down and it's just dangerous. Dude, can we get this fucking weirdo out of the corner? With the weather being as shitty as it has been, something started happening. Something strange started happening in my backyard. There was a giant puddle that formed in my backyard, like a big circle, almost like an oval. And this puddle, it was just kind of strange because a puddle never really formed there before, you know what I mean? Normally, if there's any puddle back there, it's like they're very small puddles and they're just all spaced out all over the place, just, you know, all over the grass. A whole bunch of mud and everything will be there. But in our backyard, this time around, it was just a complete circle. It turns out that the ground actually kind of got like a groove in it. So upon later inspection, my grandpa goes out there and checks it because I mentioned it to him. I'm like, did we always have this giant ass puddle in the backyard? And he realized that it does look a little bit different than, you know, what our backyard would normally look like. Turns out where all of that water was gathering, it's actually just a giant sinkhole. There's just a whole bunch of fucking garbage in our backyard just buried in a hole back there. And the ground was just sinking the fuck in. Like, never I had seen like any other situation talking about sinkholes and all this stuff, and it's like swallowing buildings and shit. That's what I was thinking of. I mean, luckily this didn't swallow my house or some shit like. And what's crazy is this shit didn't even happen sooner. Like, it should have happened a long time ago. There's been countless amounts of rain just put down onto that spot, and it's only now actually showing through that, like, this shit was buried here. There's like a bunch of cardboard and rocks and all sorts of shit in our backyard. So now what we need to do, on top of paying to get that tree cut down, we also have to pay to get some dirt to fill this in, because otherwise it would just happen again, or we just have a giant hole in our backyard. I mean, it's not really giant, it's like, it's a pretty big hole, actually. I would say it's like 6 feet across. Like, I could stand inside of it, about like up to my waist. Like, you would have to climb out of it. Actually, looking back at that hole, it reminds me of that movie Tremors. So there's like a bunch of these giant worms digging under the ground, and then they made like 6 more of those videos, and then they like started flying out of the ground, and they called them ass blasters and shit. That was a good ass movie. I think now, since I'm sitting around and trying to recover, I'm probably gonna watch that movie. Fucking Tremors. Every time I look at that hole in the backyard, I just imagine seeing the fucking monster from that movie. Just fucking... Sci-fi movies were the best. And it just started getting really weird, like penis monsters and shit. You think I'm joking? Just go onto any porn site, the normal one that you use. Pornhub, YouPorn, XNXX, Xhamster. I know a lot more, but I'm not gonna keep saying them. If you search for penis monster, you will find something. And I'm probably not going to talk about it any further than that. It's just it's a penis monster. You'll see for yourself. You're welcome.